Alright, let's size some conduit for electrical wire. We're going to go over different types of metal, different types of insulation, different sizes of your conductor, as well as different types of your actual conduit that you're going to be putting these conductors into. First off, to follow this video proficiently and to get these answers on your own time proficiently, you'll need an NEC NFPA 2020 edition codebook. You need the 2020 edition because they change it every 3 years, and the one from 3 years ago will not have exactly the same stuff as this one. You do not want to mess yourself up. You can pick up the codebook as well as these tabs at your local electrical supply store. There's also directions on the tabs when you buy them for easy installation. It makes it really easy. Okay, so in this video we're going to be going over chapter 9. So I literally see 9 right there. I'm going to flip open to it. So let's go over this. So here's our first page of chapter 9. Okay? We're going to see table 1, which is percentage of cross-section of conduit and tubing for conductors and cables. What this means is that you're only able to fill a conduit up to a certain percentage. And what that percentage is for one conductor, you can do 53%, 2 conductors, 31%, and over 2 conductors, which is normally your case in your scenario, is 40%. So because of that, we're normally going to be using this 40%. Don't overthink this too much, just get the idea and numbers in your head. You also have the book, so I highlighted these 2 different colors just to make it real quick. We're going to turn the page 1 turn, and we're going to see table 4. We're also going to need to know table 4, okay, which has different types of conduits in it. Here's EMT, here's ENT, here's FMC, here's IMC, okay? So depending on what type of conduit that you're going to be running, your chapter 4 will have your different types and your tables for that. Next, we're going to flip the page twice. 1, 2, and we're going to go to table 5. Chapter 9, table 5, okay? We're also going to need to know this one, and it's really good to know this one continues quite a bit. So you have all these numbers here, okay, and all this table, but then it continues. You got more, okay, so keep that in mind. And then last is Annex C. This is great. Make sure you know this one. Annex C, table C.1. Okay, I'm going to start off by getting this question and putting it on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, here we are. So I had 3 750 kc mil, 1 500, and 1 250. They're all kc mil, so I wrote kcm. I did an arrow with a line telling you that it's going down to here. So all 3 of these are kcm. Why did I do this? On the test, you do not have a lot of time, and it's going to save a lot of time, especially if this goes down further. If you can just draw an arrow and a line instead of having to write kcm, kcm every single time. Plus, when you're on the test and you're thinking very quickly, you don't have to re-look at this and go, okay, that's XHHW, that's XHW, that's aluminum, that's aluminum. You can just say, these are all 3 aluminum, these are all 3, it's a no-brainer. Okay, so let's go into the code book. We're going to ignore the amounts and look at the sizes. We have set and the insulation type, but first the size. So 750 kc mil, and it's XHHW insulation, and it's aluminum. Okay, make sure you pay attention to the metal type. So for this, we're actually going to go over to that table 5 that I was talking about. Here we are. So now what we need to find is XHHW. And like I was explaining, it continues. So you look for XHHW in here, no. Okay, let's look for XHW here, no. Okay, so it must be on the next page. Sure enough, you flip it over, find it, XHHW. Well, here is my size AWG American wire gauge or KC mil. Okay, so you see XHHW, I don't see any of my sizes here at all. Okay, so know that this can be in multiple places. So if you go over one more, there's also XHHW right here. Okay? And my number was 750. Oh, okay, that's right there. Okay? So go to 750 kc mil, which is our size. And then we're going to go to our approximate area in square inches. Okay? So go over. And that is 1.5. Let me focus my camera. 1.532. Okay? Next to the 750. Write that down. Okay, there's that. And now we have 500 kc mil. Go back to the same place. Now we just go up here. So 500. So you can see that is 0.6984. Okay, there's that. Now 250. 250. 0.3904. Okay, now before you get excited, start adding things. We have 3 of the first one. So we need to multiply the first one by 3. The other ones are just by 1, so no problem. Oh, my camera flash died. We're going to keep the video going. Okay, I added some more light. So we're going to get this number times this number. We're going to get the sum of that. Then we're going to add all these together. Okay, so I added those together. I got 4.2484 inches squared. Okay, so now we're going to go back to that table 4. Okay, so we're at table 4. And what I was telling you in the beginning of the video was that if you have 2 wires or more, over 2 wires, you're going to size it at 40%. So we have our 3, 1, and 1. Okay, so we have 5. So we're going to size it according to over 2 wires, 40%. Okay, so our number is 4.284 inches squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to first find out what conduit we need to use. And our question said schedule 80 PVC and schedule 40 PVC. Okay? It's good to know. Starts off EMT. Then you kind of go over here, turn the next page. Right here you're going to have your PVC schedule 40. And right here you have your PVC schedule 80. So let's find this number on our inches squared section of our 40% over 2 wires section in our schedule 80 PVC table. Okay? So let's look for that. 4.2484. Right here. So we have 3.475. Definitely not going to work. No brainer. But then we got 4.503. Okay, that's quite a bit over. Well, it's fine. That's what we're able to do. We're going to size up to our nearest number. So we go over from there. We have the number 4. That's our trade size. Okay, so we can use a 4-inch piece of schedule 80 PVC. Okay, so there's your answer for schedule 80 PVC. So then right here, we have our schedule 40 PVC, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use the same number, okay? So let's look for that. Right here, we got 3.895, not going to work, but we got 5.022. Well, that'll definitely work. So that's also a 4-inch trade size schedule 40 PVC. So in all, it's very logical, straightforward, and makes sense. You just got to know what to do and where to look. So is there an easier, quicker, and simpler way to do this? Well, if you have all the same size conductors with all the same type of insulation and all the same type of metal, then you can use this table. We can use Annex C. Okay, so what Annex C is it already has that 2-wire 40% mathed into this. So let's look for 630 THHN wires. THHN 30. Okay, and we just go over. We find 6. We can't find 6. We can find 8. 5 or 8. So we're gonna obviously choose 8. Okay. So that is a 2.5 inch conduit right there. Okay? So when you have that written out for you, you can just say, okay, well, it's 2.5 inch conduit size. Okay, and I hope right now you're wondering, well, does that fit every type of conduit or what? Okay. I hope I got you thinking a little bit. We just did EMT. Okay, so that's Annex C. That's just an example. But if you want to find your other types of conduit, you just got to flip over till the table ends, and you can find your other one. Well, it's still EMT. Okay, let's ENT. There we go. So you just got to keep flipping until you find the right type of conduit that you're looking for. Okay, now I made it a little more tricky. So what happens if we have different types of wire sizes? We also have different actual type of wire insulation. Different types of wire. Well, we literally just do the same exact thing, but I'm going to show you in case you're confused. Okay. So we're going to take our numbers, and again, we're going to go into table 5. Okay. 14 gauge. Remember, forget about the amount. You look at the gauge and the wire type. THHN, 14 gauge. Okay, I do see THHN here. Oh, I do see 14. Okay, that's right there then. Okay, double check. THHN, yep, 14. It's at the top, so we can kind of just go like this. We are in inches squared. Yes, we are. 0.0097. Write it down. Next, we have RHW, and we got 1/0. Okay, up, I see my RHW, and I see my 1/0. They're in the same area, so I'm going to use this. Okay, so let's go to 1/0. Oh, conveniently, it's at the top again. So now we can just go over, double check we're in inches squared. Yes, we are. 0.3039. There it is. And now we just have an 8. When you see number 8 or just 8, know that means AWG, American Wire Gauge. So let's look for our THW number 8. THW 8, bada bing, bada boom. We're just going to go over the 2 again. You should know by now that this is inches squared, but it's always good to glance real quick and just double check. Why not? 0.0437. And remember, now you hold your horses. Now we have 10 of these, we have 3 of these, and we have 1 of those. Okay? So now we're going to multiply this by 10, this by 3, and then we're going to add everything together. And remember, we got it all from our inches squared column. So we add them all together, it's still inches squared. So there it is. I did the times 10 times 3, left that by itself, added them together. Here's our answer. So we do the same thing again. We go to table 4. Okay, here we are in table 4. And now we're just going to get this number of 1.0524. And we're going to find it in EMT, Schedule 40 PVC, and RMC. Okay? So here's EMT, and we got 0.8, and we got 1.3. So it's definitely 1.3, and we got our trade size of 2 inches. Next we got our Schedule 40 PVC. Remember I was saying that's 1 page over and up right there. So now we're going to look for the same number, 1.05. Okay. Okay, we got 0.7, then we got 1.3. Perfect, because 1.05. So now we go, oh again, it's our 2 for our trade size. And now RMC, or rigid metallic conduit. Conveniently, that's on the same page. Well, it's 1 page over, but it's on the same opening. Haha. Okay, 1.054, scanning, scanning, scanning. Okay, 0.8, 1.3, it's 1.3, trade size 2, 2 inches, bam, there's your answer. Done. It's very simple. Just gotta know where to go, and you gotta practice it a few times. Make sure you write it down.